good morning, and welcome to Tuesday, the 12th of August. I'd like to pay my respects to the spirits of the land here, where it is grey, raining, but there is sunshine. So we've already had a couple of showers this morning, so you know, um, I now have to navigate this week of rain to get my stuff ready because I'm coming to Sydney on Sunday. So if you are one of my members in Sydney and you would like an in-person reading, reach out to me so I can start booking them in because I only have 2 weeks this time and a lot on my plate. So I absolutely want to fit people in. Just reach out, whether this is on YouTube or in the group, then just let me know and we can make a time. So again, Tuesday the 12th of August, and we have a big day today. So we have this mixed mystic rectangle and a kite. All right, so the kite offers us awareness of the tension and gives us the ability to grab the opportunity that it offers us. Oh, it looks like it's working. Yay! Oh my God, this Mercury retrograde finishing seems like it's rectified a lot of my tech problems. Good morning, Heather. How are you? All right, so yeah, like I said, so we've got the air kite, which is offering us a lot of mental opportunities to work through things. And I can't even read what my word says. It says, oh, work for it. Good morning, Alicia. Good morning, both of you. So yeah, so the kite. Now that's just generally in the sky at the moment. And again, we're able to figure things out. All right. So it's a really, that's a beautiful aspect that's happening. And it's not going to be there for all that much longer because Mars, which is the tail of the kite, is now at 3 or 4 degrees, and that Saturn Neptune, which form the other side, is at 1. Good morning, Louise. So that's just, work with what you got now. Now, the one that I love for today was the mystic rectangle. All right, now this is tension with a gift inside. All right, so we're tackling a big goal and we're turning the struggle that we're experiencing into something that is more of an internal respect aspect. All right, because now I will read the words. Good morning, Karen. How are you? All right. So think kite and mystic rectangle. All right. So imagine that you get handed an envelope, aka mystic rectangle. And inside is the exam questions that you have been waiting for because I am studying and I am waiting until about mid-September when I get these exam questions. However, my point is that I'm doing all of this work beforehand. So when you get the exam questions that you've been waiting for, you've already practiced and read all you can. However, you're nervous. Now you have to open it, choose which ones that you want to address. There are 5 questions based on what you know or what you're comfortable with. Next is to call on the effort that you have already put in. All right, you need to rise above the old story of I can't and make a plan of action so that you can. Just start the job at hand. Fear doesn't mean stop, it means breathing deeply and keep going, knowing that you are capable of all of the things that are heading your way. Good morning, Helen. I'm doing the dynamic exam this year. I did attempt it in about 2006, but I absolutely shit myself and was not mentally prepared to do the exams at that time. Plus, both of the kids had chicken pox, and it was like I gave up so quickly. Whereas this time, because I am older and wiser, I am now, like I said, doing all the work. I'm doing practice exams. I've got a tutor. Thank you, Tessa. You are amazing. And I suppose my point for this one is, we get offered things by the universe all the time, all right? And, when we are passionate about things, we're doing the work, like Alicia, all of this amazing work that you're doing, you could now get offered an envelope from the universe. And because you are so comfortable and competent in the things that you are working towards and believe in. That is the Saturn Neptune. Good morning, Sam. um again, with the competency, all right, because that kite includes the Saturn Neptune retrograde in Aries. All right, so we've moved forward, we're reversing, like we're looking back at the things that we have achieved and the strengths that we have gained. And when they both move back into Pisces, it's about integrating that into our belief system, both of them, because Neptune currently is asking you, what are you willing to work for? What are you willing to fight for? What do you believe in? And Saturn is, when it goes back into Pisces, is like, okay, let's excavate or reinforce these last blocks of belief from that are stuck in our subconscious, so that we can be disciplined, determined, and or think of that, reputation, the rewards for the effort, like Saturn rewards Neptune, it heightens your belief. So again, there is this potentially challenging opportunity being offered to you, the envelope, the mystic rectangle. It is going to potentially cause anxiety and stress. I know when I get those first exam questions, I'm going to be like, oh my God. But quickly, because I'm doing the work, I'm going to rise above it like the kite, which is, the awareness and the opportunity that we have to work for to dismiss the tension, so that, think of a kite, some of them have those two operating strings. So you pull on one and it goes one way, and you pull on the other and it goes another way. And if you're not paying attention, it can quickly just go whoom into the ground. All right. So it's about, all of this is about, like, really breathing. Breathe, breathe, breathe. All right. Pay attention to how you're feeling and work with what you've got. All right. So now, as far as the moon goes today, all right, because the moon is still in Pisces, so we're still in a very feeling place, intuitive guidance, how you feel the need to, like, what is that need to serve people, not the duty, which is more Virgo. You are duty bound to serve yourself, well, I mean, the habits and rituals and self-care in Virgo is different to the I feel called to serve. Like, I have Jupiter in Pisces in my 12th house, and here I am. Here I am. Every day I get on and I give you guys my version of the interpretation of what the sky is offering to you today. I am called to spiritually serve those who are willing to listen. So, with that moon in Pisces today, moving into Aries this evening, all right? So there's 8:30 this evening is when the moon moves into Aries. So that's when you're going to feel that change. Again, though, because we're the Southern Hemisphere, and unless you're a night owl, then, that extra vitality is going to come when we're going to bed. All right, so let me talk about the moon. All right, so now that moon conjunct the Saturn is at 10:30 p.m. and it's going to go through a couple of hours because it won't be conjunct Neptune until later. Yeah, it'll sometime in the morning. Now, after 11 today, the moon starts to oppose Mars, out of sign though. So moon in Pisces opposing Mars in Libra. So I wonder if there's going to be some sort of instinctual opportunity where it comes to negotiating, or, oh my God, look at this. My heart is like, feel into this. All right. So again, Mars in Libra. He's not the greatest negotiator. Good morning, Sally. How are you? However, with this calling or this opportunity to rise above and see things in a different light, maybe he will be compassionate in his conversation today. Maybe, I don't know. I just feel like there's more of a compassion and empathetic opposition up until then, when it moves into Aries and it opposes Mars. That's going to be a different story. But again, that's going to be in our sleeping hours. So unless you are in the Northern Hemisphere, that moon in Aries opposition Mars in Libra might make you a little bit more feisty in conversations with people that you work with, partnerships, not necessarily romantic, but, so there's that. Feel into that. All right, after 3 o'clock, we have a trine to Mercury starting. So Mercury is now direct, yay, but still stuck at 4 degrees for a couple of days. So, remembering Mercury's not at his greatest in Leo anyway, because he's like, where are all my fucking tools? Where's all my things? I've lost my notes. You think about an actor going on stage and he's having to do improv rather than having a script. Good morning, Jen. How are you? So that trine to Mercury, while it's in Pisces, again with the pay attention to whether someone that you are talking to or listening to is struggling. Maybe you need to like really glean their meaning, like really sort of go, okay, maybe they're trying to say this. Feel into it, what feels like right, but don't get angry with that moon opposition Mars. Okay, no, Mercury. Right, after 4. Okay, so we've got this after 3, sorry, after 11, after 3, after 4, after 6. All right, so most of this, we're working diligently towards things all day, moon conjunct Saturn. But then, later on in the day, it just takes a little bit more of a doop, 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 doop. That's a, you know what I mean? You're leveling up, staging, things are becoming put in your place. Mercury just wants to make funny sounds. All right, so after 4, a sextile to Uranus in Gemini. So that's interesting because after 3, we have that Mercury starts to get turned on. And then after 4, if we're good morning, Mikkel. How are you? After 4, if you are working well with people and sort of seeing into what they're trying to say, then maybe that Uranus in Gemini, which is offering flashes of insight and new ways of thinking, that could also be included in. And then after 6, a sextile to Pluto. So even that, I feel like as the day goes on, allow yourself to be guided, so that guided by your intuition and your gut instincts, so that when the moon moves into Aries at 8:30 and that sextile to Pluto starts to come into play, I just feel like there's going to be some the truth, like Pluto brings the truth. It brings clarity. It's a sextile, so it's not like you have to poke the bear to get the information that you want. I feel with the Mercury, then the Uranus, and then the Pluto, it's just a leveling up or staging up, or more information comes to pass, so that by the time that Aries moon comes, we can be much more informed and sure of what way we need to move, right? Because, the moon in Pisces is a little bit like, I don't know what I'm doing. Mercury stationary. Oh my God. Again, so allow yourself to be really intuitively guided, and then just allow the information to come your way. I'm guarantee that, even though Mercury might not be moving very fast, the fact that it's in a direct motion, and then we've got those positive aspects to Mercury, Uranus, and then Pluto, more information will come to pass. And then, like I said, by the time that 8:30 comes, we're going to be instinctually driven in a different direction, or we're going to be much more positive and confident in which way we're moving. How does that feel? I feel like that feels really good, actually. All right, so another couple of things that are exact today. All right, so we have right now that Saturn is sextile Uranus. All right, so that is beautiful because, you know, again with the diligence, again with the, how about you give yourself some positive reinforcement, all right, rather than hello Deborah, how are you? So we're after positive reinforcement because we're all doing a great job. Just like I was saying in the words, like I mean, again, I'm only using myself as an example because that's all there is, I'm putting in the work now so that when these exam questions come my way again, remembering that I did pass on that fail, I did pass them up. I did, get them and then go, oh my God, I can't do this, years ago. All right. So now I know that the preparation that I put in for when those things arrive is what is going to hold me up. All right. So here we are again with Saturn. All right. Love Saturn. He might be a stodgy old grandfather, but he's the thing that teaches you wisdom. All right. So Saturn sextile Uranus. Saturn is in this reflective experience where he is wise enough to know that having a new way of thinking and opening your mind up to new ways is a good thing. Good luck for your, thank you. Yeah, I was so grateful that I did the calculation in actually when I was still studying with Juanita. So I calculation was fresh because if I had to learn calculation now, oh my God. But yeah, I wanna talk at the conferences, Karen. This is why I am now finally doing my exams because I want to talk on the world stage and I need that piece of paper. I don't I I think it's only improving my skills. Thank you, Jen. And I am improving my skills by working hard. And this is what I'm trying to get across to you. You all have important things in your life, and it is important that you do the work because you know what? If you can't talk nicely to yourself, you're not going to no one can fix you for you. All right, you can go to a therapist, but that takes you putting up your hand and saying I need help. You can do all the things, but if you if your inner critic or your inner monologue is still detrimental or like bitching at you, then you're not going to get very far. It takes confidence, it takes reassurance. So this is again with the hard thing that you're being offered. Look above, go above. Like this, how old are you right now? How many struggles have you already overcome? All right, you are wise, you are wise in your years of knowledge, and it's only going to get better. All right. So again, with the fear, false evidence appearing real, or I'm sorry, Alicia, I can't think of the other one. But anyway, my point is Saturn also rules fear. But he's like, dude, it's only fear if you don't have enough information. You have the time, you have wits, you have intelligence. For fuck's sake, now we have AI that can answer every question that we have, assuring that you double check your details because they are not always right. But anyway. So another thing that I've got here in a different colored notes, so is to think, talk, brainstorm, pay attention to the load distribution. All right. So again, you're not going to cram, all right? So cramming exams. I'm going to use this exam analogy again. How many of us in our teenage years or, in any time of life really crammed, all right? It doesn't work because you're jamming so much shit into your brain that it just, adrenal fatigue, you rev yourself up, or you rev your adrenals up, and then you just go into slump mode and more than likely going to fail. So this long-term building of strength, strength, like I did my workout this morning, strength is not instant. All right. Strength takes time under tension. It takes repetition. It takes the whole lifestyle to be congruent with the outcome. All right. So are you stretching? Are you eating well? Are you having enough water? Are you de-stressing? Are you taking time to meditate, to ground, you know what I mean? Like this whole big picture, it takes lots of small incremental efforts for the strength to arise. I always say and tell my family, friends, and clients, if you can't like your or love yourself, you can't allow anyone else, and you can't love anyone how they deserve. Beautiful. Love yourself first, foremost, and everything else will flow. Absolutely. And what's the one that RuPaul says? So same thing, but I love it because RuPaul says it in RuPaul's voice. Ain't nobody gonna love you unless you love yourself, or something like that. But anyway, good old RuPaul. So so yeah, this is an interesting day. This is a very, very powerful, dynamic day. but it is also a very reflective day. And I would love you all to, I mean, I just had this conversation with Mick. All right. I would love you all to have a 5-minute conversation with yourself. All right. And make it as fucking positive as you can make it. All of the good things that you do, all of the effort that you put in, I would like you to remind yourself. And if you hear that inner critic coming out and going, what rubbish, you just put her back in her, I don't know, give her a spa day. Go and tell her to go and have a massage. We don't need you right now. I'm not going to say Karen because I love my Karen. So anyway, whoever, Morgana, there we go. I'm going to call her Morgana. Morgana, you need to go and have a pedi or a manicure or a fucking massage because we are not doing negative right now. We are trying to positively reinforce ourselves. We know there are hard things. We can rise above them. We are wise and we can do these things. All right, so I'm going to draw one of these cards. And interestingly enough, I was going to draw a Susan card. She's not here right now, but the card that I didn't read out was called Time Alone. All right, so we've got the Goanna here who says solitude can heal. Write and burn your concerns with the sacred fire ceremony. Spirit heals the pain as the smoke disappears. There we go. So, oh, Karen's having a petty today. That's so good. I'm going to have one when I go to Sydney. So I do love those foot bath things. Next time, no UV nail polish though. I hate that stuff. And I still have it from May on my toe. And yes, I've tried to get it off. And no, I have not been able to. All right, so the card that is perfect to summarize this day is... oh, this one. Surfing Rainbows on the Moon. We've had this one quite a few times. It is card number 22. Good old MasterCard. All right. Okay, Surfing Rainbows on the Moon. The power of imagination when led by inspiration and intuition. The source of innovative thinking and being playful. You can't make that up. Oh, we've got petties all over the place. Yay. Rough week at work, so thank you. It's beautiful, Amy. I love you so much. I'm sending hugs. All right, you're at a place where no matter your inquiry, the answer is the same. It's time to be playful. Let curiosity lead and allow your imagination to help you dream without limits. You are a powerful co-creator in this world, capable of so much more than you give yourself credit for. Look at that. You can't make this shit up. Even though you've come this far, you doubt whether you can ever achieve the life, the career, the relationship that you really want. It's not that what you have isn't good enough, but is it all that it could be? Have you placed limits on yourself or others in your mind? You have so much to give, so much within that you have not even touched the surface of yet. Write down your dreams, your goals, your deepest desire for life and play with them. Rehearse them as if they were already. How do they make you feel? Oh, lost my words. Have you considered who you'd need to become to experience all this? The only limits you have exist in your own perception. Imagine you are surfing rainbows on the moon. Don't worry about how you'll get there. Just don't limit yourself, especially not now. Give wings to the vision of your life and commit to fly. Let the universe take care of how. When you let your imagination soar, you discover that miracles can and do come true. Oh, yay. What's this? Oh, break the surface with and soak a cotton ball on aspartame. Okay, so you know what? I did try with normal nail polish remover, but it just did nothing, Jen. It's like I have picked other ones off, but you know, talking about picking toenails, a bit gross, but you know what I mean. It just will not come off. I don't know. Anyway, I'll grind it off soon. So away from toenails, which is a very Pisces thing. Pisces does rule feet. So there you go. I'm allowed to talk about feet. So ladies and gents, if there are gents listening, Just you remember that it's sort of all day we are diligently working towards the things that we believe in. All right. After 11, try to try to feel into conversations, especially if someone else is getting frustrated. Mars in Libra, all right? He's not the best negotiator, but if you can see that he's struggling, Moon in Pisces, then you've got the upper hand, all right? Because then you can intuit maybe what he's trying to say. After 3, trine to Mercury, more information's coming. After 4, sextile to Uranus, what are you going to do with that information? After 6, sextile to Pluto, uh, then the truth or the reality might become way more visible. And then at 8:30, the moon moves into Aries. Therefore, you're going to be feeling that Mars in Libra energy more than Jupiter in Cancer. So don't pick it. It lifts each layer. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Jen. Yeah, I've just had a struggle to get it off, and one I did notice that the layer came off. So. Oh my God. See, look, I'm hyped up on exercise mojo. So make sure you drink lots of water, ladies, and go do carry something heavy. Go do some squats. Go be strong, women. Go. Mwah. For my 9:30, ladies, I will see you in half an hour. And Karen, I'm going to ring you right now to tell you about my group. So see you later and mwah, see you tomorrow.